Good evening, everyone. How you doing today? Say hi in the chat box. Say hi in the chat box. Say hi in the chat box. How you doing today? Hope you're good. Okay, so it's another wonderful evening, another wonderful Saturday evening, and I'm Katie Coach. So today I'm going to be showing you another wonderful I'm going to be teaching you another wonderful thing you need to know about Facebook ads, right? And that's how to create custom audiences and lookalike audiences from your Facebook lead generation form. So I'll be sharing my screen shortly. And then while I'm at that, I'm going to explain to you exactly how that works and what that is meant to achieve, right? So just hold on a second while I share my screen, and then we dive straight into it. Dive straight into it. Okay. Why is my screen not popping up? Why is my screen not popping up? Just hold on a second. Hold on a second. I think I have so many stars opened. Why is my screen not popping up? Okay, just hold on a second. I'll share my screen shortly. I'll share my screen shortly. All right. Um, um, Let me try again. I don't know why my screen is not coming up. Let me try again. Try again. Oh, that's um that's quite funny. Okay, why is my screen not coming up? It's quite funny. Oh my. Okay, just hold on a second, please. Just hold on a second, please. Um, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I don't know why this is not. My screen is not being shared. Oh, this is oh no. Okay, what could be happening to my screen? Why is my screen not coming up? Why is my screen not coming up? Okay, let's try again. Oh, okay, so I think we are good now. We are good now. All right, I guess we are good now. Exactly, we are good now. So I'm going to be showing you how to create custom audiences and lookalike audiences from your Facebook lead generation forms. But before I do that, I'm going to explain what custom audiences are and what lookalike audiences are. Right? Good. So now watch this. When you run an ad, a number of people would engage your adverts, a number of people will interact with your advert by virtue of maybe likes, by virtue of comments, by virtue of clicks, you understand, and they would land on your page. And from those that land on your page, of course, not every one of them would sign up to be a lead, right? Some of them would opt out from the landing page, while some of them will go ahead and subscribe to your offering or to your offer rather. So when that happens, for instance, let's say 10,000 people click on your leads, click on your adverts rather. 10,000 people click on your adverts, and they land on your page on your lead form. So you would expect, or let's say it is not expected that those 10,000 people who land on your form would um would subscribe to be a lead. So what normally happens is, let's say you even got, let's assume you got 5% conversion on your lead form. That means out of the 10,000 who clicked on the adverts to get to your form, let's say just about 50 people, or let's say 100 people, let's say just about 100 people eventually signed up and then got to the thank you page. So 100 people sent you their details and say, okay, I'm interested in this. They fill the form, put their names, their email addresses, and probably their phone numbers if you're asking for phone numbers as well. Now, the question is, the remaining 9,900 people who showed interest by clicking on your adverts, landed on your page, but never went further. Is there a way to reach out to those guys again? For instance, if you're running just the normal adverts or maybe traditional marketing, of course, there's no way to reach out to them again because you don't have their details. So, is there a provision for that online such that we are running Facebook adverts? You can still find a way to reach out to those 9,900 other people that clicked on your adverts but never went further to subscribe and send you their contact details? The answer to that is yes. And that's the advent of custom audiences. That's where custom audiences came from. So there is a way for me to be able to, there's a way for you to generate or create a database of those 9,900 people who showed interest but never proceeded to sign up for your offer. So when you leverage this pathway, what you will do is Facebook will help you create a custom audience of those 9,900 people. Once it's created, you can then run what is called a remarketing or a retargeting advert to target those guys to see if it's possible to get more conversions from them. I hope you are following this, everyone. I hope you are following this. I hope you are following this, everyone. So that's the beauty of custom audiences. There's a way to follow up on people who engaged on your advert, who engaged with your advert by virtue of clicks, landed on your form, but never proceeded to fill the forms, right? So if you do that, if you leverage this feature, you'll be able to create a database of those 9,000 other people I spoke about, and then run what is called a remarketing or retargeting advert. Because those guys clicking your advert, it shows that there's an interest somewhere. So is that a way to reach out to them one more time or give them a better offer? Maybe this time around they'll go ahead and subscribe to our offer. So that way it's what is called creation or creating custom audiences. Now, when you're done with creating custom audiences, there's another thing that you can do, that is creating lookalike audiences. So the question is, what is a lookalike audience? So for instance, so let me explain this way. Facebook is a data-based social media. Same for every other social media platform. They're all data-based. And ever since the day you opened your Facebook account, your Instagram account, all of those social media platforms you use, ever since the day you opened them, one of the very good things about those platforms are that all of your clicks, the pages you visit, the kind of content you like, the kind of things you watch, all of those things are recorded. All of those things are detailed in Facebook's database. So based on your records, based on the kind of pages you like over time, the kind of things you watch online, the kind of pages you visit, the kind of posts you put out. You understand? You are grouped under certain keywords, right? So Facebook knows your interest and your behavior. They know you watch a particular comedy online. Facebook would know that they know if you like shoes and bags. Exactly. They know if you like real estate. They know if you like digital marketing. For someone like me on digital marketing, AI, email marketing, digital skills generally. Why? Because I apply my trade in that industry. Because anytime I see ads that tend to be digital marketing ads, I normally watch them. You know, I normally watch them. I normally maybe want to click on them, or courses that are related to digital marketing. I normally want to watch them, click on them, and see what they're talking about. Right? I see a lot of adverts on e-commerce because I apply my trade in that industry as well. Do you understand what I'm saying now? So when you, by virtue of your interest or by virtue of your activities on Facebook and probably Instagram, every other time, you have been grouped under certain keywords, right? So, what does Facebook do when you create a lookalike audience? This is what it means. Facebook will now use your custom audience, people that are engaging with your advert. For instance, you run an advert to promote a digital marketing course. Like I said earlier, 10,000 people clicked on your advert, 9,900 did not submit, did not fill the form, 100 people submitted the form. Those 9,900 people showed interest in that advert, right? So what lookalike audience is this? Facebook will now use those 9,900 people as a benchmark, as a standard, and it will go into its database to look for people that look like those now 9,000 other people that showed interest. That means it's going to go into the database to look for people with similar interests or similar behaviors with those 9,000 other people. Exactly, that's the way it works. The same way, I could go ahead to create lookalike audiences for people that actually subscribed. That means those 100 people that subscribe to my offer online, I could use them as a benchmark or a standard and tell Facebook, create a lookalike audience of these 100 people for me. So Facebook will go into his rich database and exactly like those 100 people and create for me people with similar behaviors online or similar interests. Do you understand now? So with that, I will have a massive audience to work with. So I can run and add a different advert to target those guys with my offer in order to get increased conversion. Do you like that? That's actually very, very wonderful. And I kid you not, I've done this a lot of times. Every other time you create a lookalike audience, like okay, let me say 90 to 95% of the time you create a lookalike audience of an audience that's already converting, you tend to get increased conversion, get increased traffic, increased leads. If it's sales or purchase ad you're running by using conversion adverts, you tend to get increased sales or increased purchases. If it's leads, if you're optimizing for leads, you tend to get increased number of leads. And that's the beauty of creating custom audiences and lookalike audiences. Are we good on this? So I'm going to be showing you the practical aspect of all of this right now. I'm going to show you the practical aspect right now. So let's move on. Um, so let me show you how to do this practically. So I have on this particular ad account of mine, I have a number of ads that I've run already. Use this. So before you can do this, of course, before you can run create a lookalike audience or a custom audience. Of course, you must have run an advert before then. That advert must have converted, probably generated leads for you. You understand? Exactly. Then you can now go ahead to create a custom audience of a particular audience or lookalike audience of the custom audiences. I hope you understand that. So you can ask questions in the chat box if you do not understand anything. I will then look at it and respond to you more later. So let me show you. Let me show you. So now, how you do once you're your Facebook Ads Manager, this is what you do. You move over your mouse to the left hand side of the screen. Then you can either click on audiences directly from here, or you go to all tools. If you don't have audiences there, you go to all tools. You click on all tools. Once you click on all tools, then you see audiences. So you click on audiences. You click on audiences. So let's wait for that to open. Let us wait for audiences to open. So I hope you are following this, everyone. It's actually very interesting, and if you can learn how to do this, you would get more conversions for your adverts. You get more sales, more purchase, more customers eventually. So once you click on audience, it brings you here. So you see this, see a screen like this. So once you are here, create audience. So you click on it, and you say create custom audience. So you click on custom audience. So it will ask you for the source of your custom audience. Of course, there are a number of sources. We have website, we have customer list, we have app activity, off activity, we have catalog, we have video. You can create a custom audience of people that watched your video adverts online. You have Instagram accounts, you have event, page on Facebook listing, augmented shopping, instant experience, and lead form. So for this particular training, I'm going to show you I'm going to use the lead form as a source because I'm teaching you how to create custom audiences or lookalike audiences from your Facebook lead generation form. So I'll click on lead form. So once I click on lead form, I'll go to next. Next. Then another dialog box will pop up. So it's going to ask me a question. It says include account center accounts. Who meets any of the following criteria? So if I click on there, I can use any or all of the following criteria. But let me use because I want to try and get um, as much audience as I can. So I'll click on any. So events, what events do I want to create a custom audience of? So I'll click this. It says anyone who opened the form. It says anyone who opened but didn't submit form. This one says anyone who opened and submitted the form. So now what's the difference? Now for someone who click on it, for if anyone clicks on okay, I use the 10,000 people analogy. So let's use that again so everybody can understand. 10,000 people click on your adverts and then land on your form, right? So if you click anyone who opened this form, it means that you are talking about the entire 10,000 people, right? But if you click anyone who opened but did not submit, I told you earlier that let's assume only 100 people from those 10,000 people submitted. So that means if you click anyone who opened but didn't submit, right? That means you're only talking about the 9,100 people that opted out after seeing your landing page, after seeing your form. They didn't fill the form to submit, right? So we're only dealing with the 9,900. Now, if you say anyone who opened and submitted form, that means you're only talking about the 100 people who filled your form and submitted it online. So you have to understand this whole concept. So I think I'm going to show you because I'm going to show you how to create custom audience as well. Sorry, I'm going to show you how to create lookalike audience as well. And you can create lookalike audience in two ways, at least from this analogy. You can create lookalike audiences from the custom audience of those who opened but did not submit, and you can create another lookalike audience from those who opened and submitted. So what I'm going to show you right now is I'm going to show you how to create a custom audience first from those who opened but didn't submit the form. That's the 9,000 other people analogy I used, right? So I'm going to click on this right now. Now I'm going to, okay, what page did I use to run the adverts? What page did I attach as a form of identification for the adverts I ran? So I come here now and search for, okay, I think I used this one. I think I used these G6 routers. Okay, so properties. I use this. So after then, it's going to say which lead form am I, which lead form exactly am I talking about, right? Which lead form do I want to create a customer audience from? So I'll click on this. I'll look for, I have quite a number. So I'll just pick any one of them. Okay, let me say, okay, let's pick, okay, I have one here. Okay, let's just pick this. Let me pick this. For you can pick multiple forms as well if you want to, depending on the kind of adverts you are running. So I've picked one, and you can pick a couple of other forms. So it says retention. So of course, look at this. It reads the number of days accounts will remain in your audience after they engage with your content. People will be removed from your audience after the set time period unless they engage with the content again. So what this is telling us is that For you to be able to create a custom audience, there's a 90-day timeline for that particular audience or form that you're creating a custom audience from. So you have to be very, very, you have to know the timeline. For instance, I've run this, I hardly run Facebook liaison ads again. I use conversion ads most of the time, but these are ads I've run a couple of years back. I'm just using it as an analogy. I'm using this as an example just to show you how to do this, right? I'm going to show you how to do this same thing. We are running the conversion adverts where you have landing pages, you have a landing page, or you have a pre-sale page, you have a thank you page, and all of that. I'm just going to show you in another of our class how that is done. But just watch how this is done and follow in case you're running your own advert. I know not everyone has got a website. So of course, the retention period is 90 days. So let's move on. Let's move on. So you can include more people, exclude people as well. Do you get? So I'll give this audience a name. Let's say I'll just put Garden of Eden. I'll put Garden of Eden. I'll just give it a name just to differentiate from the other ones. I'll say Garden of Eden audience. Garden of Eden audience. So I'll say create audience. Create audience. Create audience. So it's going to ask me create. It's going to ask me create a lookalike audience. But I want to do that right now. So let me just close this. I'll just show you how to do that. Don't worry. So it's already. Let me close this. So can you see this now? That started creating the custom audience for Garden of Eden already. Did you see that it's populating? It's already available for you. By the time she's populating, you see something like this here. This Lekki number 7. You see something like this ready. You understand? You see something like this. That's exactly what you say. So now, how do you now? Okay, let's assume we now have our custom ready. I want to create a lookalike audience from that custom audience. So how do we do that? So it is very easy. This is what you do. So you can just click on. Let's assume I want to click. I want to create a custom audience from this particular audience. This Wura custom audience. And check it first. Once I check it, I'll check the box. Then I'll go here and say create audience. Then I'll say create lookalike audience. So a dialog box like this will open up. It says select your lookalike source. What that's saying is that the lookalike audience I want to create is from which source exactly? Remember, it's from a form, right? A form that was used to run a lead generation adverts. So I'm going to look for that particular form I want now. I'm going to go to other sources. For this one, this value based one is for those who are running. If you are running a conversion advert where you use pixels, you store pixels on your landing pages. So I'm just going to show you in another class how you do that when we're under conversion advert. So I'll click on other sources. Then I'll scroll down. I'm looking for my other source. So okay, this is what I want to use. The Wura custom audience is what I want to use. The Wura custom audience. Assuming I've created my custom audience, I'll click on this. I'll click on this. Of course, I can create another source. So that's if I want to create my lookalike audience from more than one source, I'll just say create new source. Do you understand? Create custom audience or custom audience. So, but we are using one source, right? So I'll just leave it like that. Then it says select audience location. So it's saying that the lookalike audience I want to create of this custom audience, the lookalike audience I want to create from this custom audience, which location should they come from? Which country should they come from? Do you see that? So I'm going to say Nigeria because I live in Nigeria. I'm a Nigerian, so I'm going to say Nigeria. So of course, if your own country is the United States of America, you pick United States of America, and I can create for multiple regions as well. I can add, let's say, United States of America to it. Did you see that? I can add United States of America. That's if I want to probably create a custom audience of, I want to create a lookalike audience from my custom audience, from the custom audience of the ad I already ran. But I want the lookalike audience to come from the United States. Do you understand? So it's going to do, what Facebook will do is going to create a lookalike audience. It's going to create people from the United States that look exactly like my custom audience, that people that have similar behavior and similar interests like my custom audience is going to create those people for me from the United States of America. Did you see that? It's beautiful actually if you know how to use this feature. But of course, this is what I want to. Okay, we can use both Nigerian and that is just an analogy. We are just so look at this now. So it's saying number of lookalike audiences. number of lookalike audiences. So if I want to, most of the time I use one, but if you want two, you can use two. But let me just show you how to use one first. So so the next thing is what's the percentage lookalike? Look at this. It says a 1% lookalike consists of people who are most similar to your lookalike audience. What this means is that if you go for a 1% lookalike, you're going to get people who are the most similar to your custom audience. Did you see that now? You're going to get people who are the most similar to your customer. That's what this one means. If you go to the further away, it says increasing the percentage creates a bigger, broader audience, right? So if I go to 2%, I'm going to get an audience that is less similar to my custom audience. Did you see that? If I go for 5%, for example, I'm going to get an audience that is far away, that is far more, sorry, that is much less similar to my customer. Do you understand that, everyone? That's what this person advice that the max you use is 2%. I use 2% maximum. Once in a while, I can use 3%, but I don't like to put So why we have this figure as 6% is because I'm using two countries now. I will not advise to do that. If you want to create a lookalike audience from two different countries, I will advise that you do it separately actually. So because of that, let me take away United States for now. So let's assume you want to create a lookalike audience from United States of America. I will advise that you do it separately. After creating that of Nigeria, you go ahead and create that of the United States of America separately, right? So you know where that will help you to know exactly where your conversions are coming from, right? So let's start again. So I can go for if I go for 1%, I'm going to be going for a lookalike audience that is most similar to my custom audience. So if I increase to 2%, I'm going to go for I'm going to get a lookalike audience that is a bit less similar, you understand, to my custom audience, right? And if I go for 3%, right, the farther I am from 0%, the less similar my lookalike audience would be to my custom audience. Do you see that now? But I always advise that you do 2%. I do 2% most of the time. So, but if I have to do 3%, then I will have to go for what I do. Is what I'm telling you. If I have to do 3%, what I normally do is I'll make my lookalike audience two. Did you see that? So I'm going to have two different lookalike audiences. I'm going to have one that's of 2%. I'm going to have another that's from 2 to 3%. So I can decide to extend this to maybe to 4% if I want to. So I'm going to have this. I'm going to have zero. I'm going to have the 2% lookalike audience. That's from 0 to 2%. I'm going to have another one that's from 2% to 4%. So what I'll now do is, if I create this kind of thing, what I will normally do is, I will run a different advert to target the 0 to 2% audience. Then I'll run advert as well. I'll create two different ad sets. One to target 0 to 2%. The other ones target the 2% to 4%, right? So that's a form of split testing. So eventually, I'll now check where my the one that's getting me more conversions. So anyone that's getting more conversions is what I stick with eventually. That's if I go for the lookalike. But of course, let us just do one. Let's just do one lookalike. But if you want to do that, that's how I do it. If you want to do it, so once we are done with this, I'll then go. So you need to give us an audience size of 1.2 million for us to now run an advert, a lookalike, another to target the lookalike audience. So then when I'm done with this, I'll just click on create audience. Do you see that now? So it start populating. So it normally takes a couple of hours most of the time for this to populate. So you have to go and then come back. You can shut down your system or you can come back in a couple of hours to check. Then you just refresh. After a couple of hours, once you have refreshed it, you would see your audience size here. You see something like this. You see something like this to tell you the exact of your audience, and then you can run your advert. So you will see like 1.2 million. Since the tool is going to give a 1.2 million audience size, so it's going to tell you your audience size is now 1.2 million. So you can now go ahead to run an advert to target them. So to run an advert, how do you now access these audiences? From where do you access them? You are running an advert. So now you can just say create okay, let's go back to our audience from it directly, but I don't want to show you from. Let me show you from your ad manager. Let's ask you how to run an ad now to target these guys. So how do I now see them? So I'm going to show you that right away. So hold on, I'm going to go to my ads manager. I'm going to go back there to my ads manager. I'm going to go back to my ads manager. So when I get there, when I get back to my ads manager, I'll show you. I'm going to try and run an advert now. Show you exactly where and show you exactly. Go to running a new advert. Then okay, okay. So still loading. Still loading. Okay, so here it is. So I'll click on so I'm going to go for lead generation, of course. I'm just going to show us this. Of course, we are not running an ad, but I just want to show you where you access that from. So manual leads campaign, continue. Show you where you find the audience from. So let me put this on there. I go to it's you actually find under your ad sets. So I'll click on so I'll scroll down where my additive six reactors property. Come down. Then when I'll say switch to still loading. Okay, so I'll switch to original audience. Switch to original audience. Use original audience. So when I get here, when I get exactly, so this is where you get it from. So now says search. I'm going to wait for my custom audience to come out. So what did we name the custom audience again? Okay, so let's search. Why is it not coming out? So let's go to custom audience. Okay, it's still loading. Still loading. That may be my network. Okay, so it's house now. So if you go to all, of course, you see everything here. If you go to lookalike audience, you see the lookalike audiences too. So you go to custom audience, you see your custom audiences here. Okay, so if you are running a remarketing ad, but like I said, to do 9,000 other people who who opened the form but did not submit. So I'll find them under custom audience, right? I'll just click on Wura custom audience here, and then I can run my adverts. So I'll click on let me click on this one. Did you see that now? Exactly. So I can add more audience to if I want to. So let me just search. Okay, look at that. So an add to target my lookalike audience. I don't know why it's taking time. Because that with my network. It's taking time to come up. I'm looking for the lookalike audience. Where is the lookalike audience? Okay, this is lookalike audience, 2% lookalike audience. So I'll just click on this. So that's where you get your audience from, your custom audience and your lookalike audience from. You get it from here. So when you are done doing that, so you don't need to use keywords again because you are targeting a laser targeted audience right now. So the only thing you need to do is if you want to change location here, you can change location, or you want to restrict the age. You want to change the age of the amongst your audience. You know, so perhaps the product you are promoting is for people between 30 and 60. So you want to change the age, and if it's a gender-based product as well, because if it's a gender-based product as well, right? And the reason for that is because Facebook will give you a general audience, you know, so both male and female, and from all age brackets. So you can now streamline that same audience here. You understand? You can streamline it by, let's assume you don't want to target the whole country. Let's assume you want to target, let's say, Lagos alone, New York, particular audience Facebook has delivered to you. You can now edit and change to, let's say, Lagos, Nigeria, or Abuja, Nigeria. Or if your customer is from the United States of America, but you don't target people in New York, Texas, and let's say California, so you can edit this and pick all of those locations in the United States of America. And if your offer is as a particular age bracket, you want to edit the age as well. And of course, if it's a gender-based product you are promoting, you want to edit this as well. So once you are done with this, you can now go ahead and set up your advert. Go to your lead, go to your ad, and finish up the advert. Then of course you publish thereafter. I hope you all understand this. It's quite straightforward. This is how you get better conversions from your adverts. You know, what people do most of the time is adverts stop converting, they start looking for fresh audiences. They start looking for a new set of audience on that part. And so instead of looking for new keywords to target an audience that may be interested in your offer, before you do that, what you should do first is create custom audiences of people who have already engaged with your advert but didn't take further action. Run a marketing ad to target them, and then create lookalike audiences from the people who open but did not submit, and then the people who submitted your form as well. Create lookalike audiences as well, target them, and get more conversions from them. That gives you that helps you to maximize your ROI, and it's a way to optimize your ads as well. You have to get more conversions. I hope you all understand this. Um, if you are in the if you are on the live video, say hi to me. Say hi to me if you're on the live chat. Say hi. Say hi. So I want to believe you all understand um, what I've explained in this video. So if you need more clarity on any aspect of what I just explained to you, you can um, you can send me a message in the chat box. I always respond to you. You can send me a mail on g6digitals at gmail.com. You can send me a mail on g6digitals at gmail.com. Once I see your mail, I'll respond to you, and then I can help you out with or I can provide clarity on any area that you do not perfectly understand. So for everyone that joined today, thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you for taking time out to join my YouTube live. I remain your digital marketing consultant, your digital marketing coach. Um, you can call me Katie Coach. So I'll see you again next time. That will be next week, Saturday, 7 p.m. Nigerian time. Thank you very much, everyone. I love you all. Bye. Bye. Bye.